I don't think there's any more fitting way that the 10th anniversary Podquisition could have gone than this.
Pretty much. Part of me, yesterday, which was the day we were supposed to do it, did consider that when I was out in the snow, having a meltdown, nearly in tears, because I'd been shunted from one pharmacy to another. I have with an ear infection, which I've got, by the way, listeners. You're very welcome for that and all. Basically, we couldn't record it yesterday, Wednesday, which is our usual recording time, because I had an ear infection. I was still going to do it, but had to go get antibiotics and had to go see the doctor for those. And they gave me an appointment smack dab at 2:20 p.m. and we record at 2. And I tried to get it later because I wouldn't have got there in time anyway because of afternoon traffic. And I had to go 2 towns over to get there because they didn't even want to see me at the usual surgery. And the woman's like, yo, you've got an hour to get there. And I got there nearly 10 minutes late. And because of the way appointments work on the NHS, which is to say they don't, I was trying to call them to let them know. I was in an Uber on my way, and it took up until my appointment time to get them on the phone, at which point, luckily, they did get a message to the other clinic. So I go there and then I go see the doctor. He doesn't even give me antibiotics. He's like, it will clear up. We'll get you some spray though. I'll put it into the pharmacy next door. I go to the pharmacy next door. I faff about there for fucking ages. And they say, we ain't got it. Your usual pharmacy in the next town's got it. So after waiting in the fucking snow for a fucking ride, I get one there, go get my meds. And I'm clever. I'm like, I ain't going to sit around in the snow waiting for another car to go home. I'm going to book the car while I'm in the mini Tesco's, do a bit of shopping. 17 minutes to find a ride. I do my best to spend time there, but then it's chucking out time at schools. Now, I am very distinctly triggered by teenage kids. Because of terrible fucking experiences I've had in my life.
Aren't we all? Teenagers, the fucking worst.
So I actually do freak out and leave. And then I'm out in the snow. But I'm like, okay, hang on, no problem. One of his partners is here. I go over there. Knock on the door, no one's fucking there. School run. Obviously. No one there. So I feel like absolute shit. Then I think to myself, well, you know what? Since I'm out here in the cold, I might as well take the spray out and start spraying my ear that is still infected. This whole time, I am lightheaded. All I want to do is pass out, and I've got Podquisition to do when I get home. Now, the good news is, I've got more estrogen than I ever needed. Because that's what was in the fucking box.
No stuff for your ear.
No. Now, as much as I tried to deal with the infection by stuffing estrogen in there, all I've gotten is a couple of excellent lobe tits. But the worst part was that by the time I went to the pharmacy again, only to be told that they had sent it to the pharmacy next door to the clinic after fucking all.
Oh my fucking god.
It was 2 minutes until the car arrived.
Yeah.
So I had to be grateful that it gave me enough time to find out that I'd been bullshitted. Which only made me want to cry more.
So we rescheduled to this morning.
Yeah.
Conrad got up at fucking 6 a.m. so we could record Podquisition. We're like, cool, we'll do it, we'll get it recorded, we'll get a 10th anniversary episode out on the day it's meant to go out. And then we record 50 minutes of 10th anniversary Podquisition. And then that vanishes into the ether. We lost 50 minutes of... We got up fucking 3 hours early to do it the day of it going up.
It was insightful, too. We all had things to say about the games that we were talking about.
Yeah, we had a really nice talk about 10 years of doing this show together.
I reckon we'll still talk about that shit again. We'll try and make
yeah.
it sound like we're having those insightful thoughts for the first time, you know.
I talked about the awesome Binding of Isaac drag act I saw. And Queer Panic at Wharf Chambers. I'll at least get the name back out there. But yeah, I've also got a fucking house inspection coming up very fucking soon. and this was
Yeah.
our window to do shit. So sorry.
Welcome to a 15-minute, maybe, I don't know how long it's going to end up, maybe 15-minute Podquisition today.
But to lure you in and so that there's no panic, that's why the file indicates that it's about an hour in length, give or take. But that's just a ruse, and I swear there is nothing at the 58-minute mark.
So, welcome. 10 years of this fucking show, but we're gonna do it. We're not gonna let them stop us. We've done 516 numbered episodes in 520 weeks.
Yeah.
Conrad's been here for 5 fucking years now, which is bonkers to think about.
Bonkers.
Absolutely ridiculous. This show is a train wreck, but a train wreck that we refuse to let get off the tracks. We're gonna keep fucking pushing it along.
My recording software, without fail, for years now, has always had a backup for me if it ever crashes and I reopen it, and it didn't.
Okay. A slight
fuck's
side
sake.
tangent. Can I tell you about the worst time I ever lost a recording for a podcast?
Please.
This was Dice Funk, the Dungeons and Dragons real play 5th edition podcast I do. And that is one where you can't really go back and re-record because so much of the way that like a story is told is randomized dice rolls that you have to just kind of live with in the moment. And I recorded this hour and a half, 2-hour recording session, like pivotal moments for my character, almost in tears on the recording, like really giving it my all emotionally to like play out this pivotal character moment. And my recording's just fucking gone. And I cannot bring myself to tell the rest of the cast that this has happened.
Oh, no.
So you know what I do?
No.
You know what I do? I quietly ask my DM, Austin, I'm like, can you send me everyone's files?
Oh, no.
And I go through, because we roll dice digitally, I went through and listened for gaps where I should be talking. I put everyone's tracks together, worked out roughly what was going on, and I remade all my audio for that entire episode, gap by gap, looking for my dice rolls to work out what the fuck was going on. And I bet you can't find that Dice Funk episode. I fucking remade that shit.
Jeez.
But this is fucking Podquisition. This is not worth that much effort, so that can fuck off.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that is the one time I was like, I refuse to let a lost podcast episode die. I'm gonna spend like 4 or 5 hours pretending that I'm doing a live show.
Oh, that's brutal. I mean, just trying to puzzle it out. And I mean, you know, when I was doing that show with you, I was really not paying attention. You know?
Right, I get you. Sometimes you zone out because it's not your shit going on.
Yeah, like, and, you know, no disrespect to anybody involved, but it's just very, very easy to be like, I don't have to think about this aspect of the story, so I'm not going to. You know?
Yeah.
I get why actors haven't read the whole script sometimes. You know, they've really just read their parts. I kind of get it. Because it's a lot to try and keep track of.
But yeah, we're here. I want to say some shit, because this is 10 years of Podquisition, and this is my opportunity to have, like, a be retrospective. Thanks, Steph, for inviting me on this 10 years ago, for what I thought was you just asking me to be on one episode of a thing. I've told this story before, but, like, I had just lost a supermarket job when this show started. I'd come out as trans, like, 2 weeks earlier, and after, like, 3 or 4 years of never having a complaint at that job, suddenly, like, within the 2 weeks of me coming out as trans, suddenly there were anonymous customer complaints and shit. And, like, I can't prove anything, but, you know, you can feel it when you feel it.
It's a certain phenomenon.
Yeah. And I had, like, maybe a month's worth of savings. I was like, I can try and make the talking about games thing my job, and I have 1 month to make it financially viable that I can survive on. And literally that week, you go, do you want to come be on a podcast with me on Wednesday this week? And I didn't know you were inviting me to be a permanent co-host until the morning we sat down to record it. And I clarified, I was like, this is a one-off. No, this is a running thing. And, like, sincere chat for a minute. I had, like, a 1 month window to make this be my job. And you came in and gave me the biggest room full of people to listen to me have opinions about video games that I'd ever had. And you are the reason that, like, 10 years later, I'm still doing this. I owe Podquisition so much for being that opening of a door that meant that I could, like, actually afford to do this shit. So thank you for that.
My privilege. honestly my privilege. The work you do is so fucking important. You know, not only did you deserve the shot, it is a genuine pleasure to have had a small part in it and that is not to discount the hard fucking work you put in, because to transform that opportunity into 10 years of dedicated work, that's all you. You know, it's been a pleasure and a privilege to have known you, both of you. 10 years is a lot. And Conrad, I've known even longer.
Yeah.
I've been riding these coattails a very, very long time.
Which, considering how tattered they are, it's fucking impressive you found some thread to hang on to.
Clinging to life. Yeah. But no, I mean, we've collaborated for so long in so many forms over the years. But this is the thing that I think between us we have maintained the longest.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. 5 years is impressive when you look at how many things we had shut down for one reason or another 6 months or 18 months in, or, you know, wouldn't have lasted a Trump administration.
And that's not counting the, you know, various upheavals, life events, threats to, you know, futures that we've all gone through.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And we're all still here.
Yeah, there's a lot of places this show could have fallen apart. And the fact that 10 years in, this is still, like, the one constant of, like, the last 10 years of my work has been this. It's fucking magic. Yeah. Also, Conrad, I know we said this the first time we recorded this, but, like, it does not fucking feel like it's been 5 years.
No, it really doesn't.
You've been on this.
It really doesn't.
It's fucking vanished. That's gone way far. Like, that's felt way more of an instant than the 10 years of the show.
Well, there's a few factors for it, too. Like, one of the things you notice as you age is that, like, time seems to compress. You know, it just does disappear on you, and the number of factors that go into that before you even consider the brain chemical implications are vast, so we won't go too far there. But also, we are, you know, pretty close to where we were 5 years ago globally. It's like we've just sort of done a flip around.
But, you know, if the world's gonna go around in a shitty circle, at least we got each other through that shitty circle.
Yeah.
And that's nice. It's nice that 5 years later, we've still got each other to be like, things are kind of shit, but we'll be angry about them together.
Yeah, honestly. And it's, you know, if you can have those constants in your life, fucking keep them.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's changed on a personal level. You know, I talked about a fair bit of it on this past Jimquisition, which, you know, had its 10-year thing. My life's been fucking weird. It's been tumultuous, and there's been some great shit, like wild shit that's happened in it that's been hilarious and bizarre and fun. And there has also been absolutely horrible things. But to have the constants to anchor you, the benefit of that can't be overstated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as a man in his early 40s who has not had a career where I interfaced directly with people on a day-to-day basis for, you know, half of that time, I have very few personal relationships that are maintained. And having something like this that puts us together every week and puts me in a position where I get to have personal exchanges with people that I love it's rare and so important. I would be adrift without this show happening every week. So, yeah.
Agreed. This has been the constant of, like, no matter what else has changed for me personally, professionally, whatever over the years, this has been that thing I can rely on.
Yeah.
Right, like, I know every week I've got Podquisition on a Wednesday afternoon, and that'll just sort of keep plodding along.
Yeah.
And even if even if it has changed as a show over 10 years, it as a thing is here.
Yeah. We're like the Terminator at the end of the Terminator. The Crusher has smashed us, right? But we're still grasping for Linda Hamilton's face. And you can take comfort in... Linda can't, but everyone else can take comfort in the fact that we're still grasping at Linda Hamilton's face.
Just scraping our fingernails along the metal
just
plate.
Trying to fulfill our directive before the life squashed out of us. Or
Yeah.
less scary than we were a minute ago because that was a practical effect, whereas when we were still limping around, it was stop motion. But we're still effective to some degree, and then a man will take our arm and make Skynet anyway.
Yeah.
I may have drawn the analogy a bit too far.
No, I don't know that you have, because we were talking in the first recording about how you were really one of the first people to effectively utilize Patreon as a tool to support online video content.
As far as content creators go, I may be the first big success and certainly am regarded historically. Like, it's not even me saying it. This is one of the few times where I don't have to advocate for my own historical relevance. It is accepted that I am one of the leading examples. And even internally at Patreon, the Jim Sterling method was an actual internally used thing. So, as I said on the other recording, to all of the right-wing grifters who are already making money just slagging me off, the way you make that money, you're welcome for that too, darlings.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Jonathan. Sorry.
So yeah, you're Skynet.
Yeah.
You did it. Way to go.
Thank you, everyone who listened to this, for fucking
thank you.
sticking with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for not giving up on this as a thing.
Yeah. Honestly, you are appreciated.
Thank you for giving us an excuse to chat to each other every week. And being the little goblins in the corner being like, yes, we'll listen in. We'll listen in on your little friend chats.
Thank you for being the sicko meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, thank you for being the person sat in the corner getting enjoyment out of watching what we're doing in the rest of the room.
It makes it seem like a cuck chair situation.
I mean, is that not what listening to podcasts is?
But now that makes me really have to reevaluate all of the relationship dynamics at play here.
Right, we done 20 minutes. Is this where we
plenty.
wrap this up so that we, because we still got to make this get posted today.
Yeah.
Celebrating 10 years of me finding interesting ways to lead into asking you what stuff you do, Laura. What stuff do you do, Laura?
What stuff do I do? Laura K. Buzz, you'll find me on the internet doing all the stuff what I do. This week you can check out, on Friday, I've got a video going up talking about what is accessibility consulting, and what is that job? What does that actually mean? What does it look like in practice? Digging into that stuff. I'm really proud with how that video's turned out. I hope you check that out. It'll be up tomorrow. Last week I did a video talking about board game accessibility, which is not a thing I've talked about before. That is up on youtube.com/LauraKBuzz. It has led to... I've got some kind of project in the early next year coming, talking about board game accessibility with someone else that I'm excited about. Look forward to that. Just Laura K. Buzz, you'll find all the shit, what I'm up to. You'll find it there. What about you, Conrad? Where are you on the internet?
Oh, you could find me at Conrad Zimmerman on Blue Sky. You can hang out with me on Twitch, twitch.tv/thatconradzimmerman. I have been playing UFO 50 over there. I play Spelunky on Sundays. My lovely wife has been playing the Silent Hill remake. She just finished that up, and I think Mouthwashing is next. So, and I'm not sure how that's gonna go. But anyway, that's all there. You could buy anti-capitalist propaganda and Jimquisition merchandise at mercenarycreative.com. And everything I do online gets supported through Patreon at patreon.com/fistshark. And you know who else has a Patreon? Stephanie Sterling.
That is correct. Patreon.com/Jimquisition, which supports this show and has done for 10 years, and the Jimquisition and has done for 10 years, and the reviews on thejimquisition.com, which has been not quite 10 years because of that long hiatus I took, but I'm doing them right now, and you can see reviews for Little Big Adventure on the website right now, and Sorry We're Closed. I can't yet talk about the game I just got a job writing on, but there is a cute indie game that I've taken a gig on, and I'll be able to talk about that soon, hopefully. Very excited about that. I also stream Twitch TV/Jim Sterling, and my Blue Sky is Commander Sterling. My next wrestling date is this weekend. I will be in Blackpool for PCW on Saturday. Tagging with Queens of the Space Age, which is interesting because we've already split up once. But go check out the Retcon at PCW. And then on December 1st, you can go to Huddersfield to see the fallout from the first betrayal, where I will be doing Tidal Wrestling. I don't have a match there, but I will be in it. I'll be there basically talking about the motives for my evil doing, which I'm going to fucking revel in. So December 1st, Tidal Wrestling. And that's that. Thank you all for listening, not just this week, but for 10 years. Supporting it, keeping it going, keeping us, doing what we do. Thank you so much for this and the Jimquisition, and, fucking thanks. And we will see you next week, ear infection or not. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.